A day before Hayan, I recall, I was at the high-tech operation center of DILG and the PNP at Camp Crame. We were trying to tighten the workflows between Rappler and the DILG and the PNP so that when we activate Project Agos, our information platform, disaster information platform, bam, information will be available for responders, for them to act on. The next day, not an image was produced by the monitors in that OPSEN. Bisan hangin, bisan higawari kabatiihi, Secretary Mar Rojas, who was here, or bisan ang mga barangay captains and mayors, total communication breakdown. The next day, I was one of the editors, that was a Saturday, manning the desk. The phone rang, and nasa kabilang linya si Rupert Ambil from Leyte, perhaps one of the first calls na nakalabas ng Leyte kasi second day yon umaga dito sa landing. Habang kinikwento niya yung nakikita niya, there was death and debris all over, from the airport hanggang sa downtown. You can only imagine how worried I was having heard the news. Supposedly breaking news yon. Hindi ko na break. Binalita ko kina Ma'am Maria, and then Ma'am Maria said, "Voltaire, that's supposed to be on the news site." Hindi ko nasulat kasi naano lang ako na total blackout yung balita niya. And so I quickly wrote the news and then uploaded it. For 4 days since then, walang balita. Sa aking pamilya, nakatunga lang ako sa laptop, hindi naliligo, doon lang ako sa newsroom. And so they were so good, they sent me back to Leyte to look for my family. The first news I got came from Facebook. Isang kababayan ko from Dagami, naglakbay siya about 7 hours to Tacloban, at nung nakita niyo yung my cell site na flickering, nag-Facebook siya sa kanyang kapatid who amplified the message to our townmates. That was our first news. And then I went to Tacloban. When I landed, I saw this woman, restless, almost hopeless. She lives near the airport in San Jose. Hindi siya makapila dahil libo-libo na yung mga tao sa C-130. Hindi siya pinapansin ng mga media kasi maraming kailangan naman ng tulong. Nakita ko parang I saw my mother in her, parang she's tough, apparently tough and strong, pero she was so vulnerable. Sa ganung sitwasyon, makikita mo yung paano brinake yung strength ng mga kababayan ko. In fact, my mother, nagtatapang-tapangan pa pagdating ko sa Dagami, ayaw pang umalis. Pinasok kami ng mga looters. Di sabi ko, kasi they were so worried about their plates at yung mga kung ano nilang mga baso. Sabi ko, kung di kita malakatin, pambubuungon ko gunin yung mga plato. Naghanadlokira ako for the first time, kumuraba ko. So nagkalakad kami. Anyway, I met this woman. She said she does not have to fly with the people to Manila or to Cebu. Kailangan niya ipaalam sa kanyang anak na buhay siya. In fact, nakalimutan niyo yung pangalan niya. Ang pangalan niya pala ay Andrea. Ang sinabi niya, pinakilala sa akin, ang pangalan niya ay Daisy, na anak niya. That was how worried she was. All she wanted was medicines, food. Kasi yung mga neighbors niya, nandun sa mga puno pa, nakalambitay, napatay, at saka wala silang makain at mga sugatan. I uploaded the picture as part of my story, The Stench of Death in Tacloban. And when it was uploaded, next. How do you do this? I'm not techie. Okay, no. Yan. May yung kanyang anak na si Daisy ay naghahanap pala, naluloka na sa kahanap sa YouTube, sa mga print, sa internet, looking for her mother, tulad ko. And then they reconnected via the internet. That's how powerful social media is. Kahit sa disaster, sa panahon ng disaster, people will be connected through social media. One way or another, information will flow. So, my colleague, Stacy De Jesus, who heads our social media team, will give us more information about how We do social media crowdsourcing and use them for disaster preparedness, response, and recovery. So I'm calling my colleague, Stacy De Jesus. Please welcome her. She's also from Visayas, from Western Visayas.
Yung clicker, Voltaire. Yung clicker. Yan. Ay, nako. Magandang tanghali, hapon sa inyong lahat. I'm Stacy De Jesus po. Yeah, ako yan. And as Maria always says, I'm not 16. I'm older than 16. Di ko na sabihin. Pero, alam ko, gutom na kayo lahat. Baka hashtag hungry now na kayo. Pero diluluto pa ata yung pagkain. So ako muna. Promise, mabilis lang to and you will be interested in this. Si Voltaire, kinuha niya yung minutes ko. Sana wag mabawas sa akin. But let's start, okay? Wala eh. Oops. Okay. Philippines is a hazard-prone country. It's one of the most hazard-prone countries in the world. It's actually #1 in Asia and #3 in the world. And given that we are tagged as the social networking capital of the world, what can we do? So today, I will be talking to you about what I think we should be doing more with social media. Actually, marami na tayong ginagawa eh. Something to really be proud of. And 74% of Filipinos online use social media to reach out to friends. And the next one is 70%, they meet new people. But during disasters, it's really amazing to see the transformation of people shifting their focus or their purpose every time may disaster sa social media. In a click, nagbabago lahat. And that is us uniting and working together every time may disaster. Okay. Hello. 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 Okay. There are 271 million Twitter monthly active users in the world and 1.3 billion monthly active users worldwide. And if Facebook continues to grow at its current rate now, did you know that Facebook can get larger than the world's most populous country by 2015? So it's going to be bigger than China, which is the world's most populous right now. In the Philippines, there are 10 million Twitter users, but actually that's 2012 data, so I'm sure mas marami na ngayon. And 87% of that are teenagers. So we have a really young audience on Twitter. And what does that tell you? These digital natives, when they grow, they'll bring this continuously evolving platform with them, and they will use it in the future. And actually, that makes us #1 pala in terms of Twitter penetration of teenager users in the Philippines. #2 yung Indonesia. Pero 87% tayo yung pinakamarami ng teenager na nasa Twitter. For Facebook, we have 38 million people, and that's actually roughly 1/3 of our population. 1 in every 3 Filipinos are on Facebook. And let's zoom into the Tacloban. Mr. Mayor said earlier that according to yung announced data, 220 to 240,000 ang population sa Tacloban, but that's maybe bigger. But did you know na 200,000 ang naka-register from Tacloban sa Facebook? Or actually, sobrang dami sa inyo ang nasa Facebook. And ito yung yung sa about sa Facebook nyo, na pag nilagay niyo yung location Tacloban, makakount kayo. Pero kung hindi nyo nalagay doon, baka hindi pa na-count dyan, baka nilagay nyo taga New York kayo kahit hindi. So hindi talaga makakount. And also, kaibigan natin or mga loved ones natin who maybe passed away nung Yolanda, baka kasama rin sila dyan. But That's how many hello are on Facebook. So the best, okay. So one of the best practices I like na ginagawa ng mga Filipinos online during disasters is when they report information. When yung mga regular people turn into citizen journalists. But of course, before you go on a social media reporting spree, baka isipin nyo, citizen journalist na ako, gagawin ko na lahat ng, mag-report na ako lahat ng makita ko. Of course, during disasters, you have to think about tiny little things lang naman. Siyempre, yung buhay nyo muna. Save yourself first. Make sure na papasok na yung baha, ikaw, sandali lang, magre-report lang ako kasi citizen journalist ako. Wag naman ganon. So you save yourself first. And as much as possible, you try to tweet or Facebook post complete information. Of course pala, social media is more than just Facebook and Twitter. Pero dito kasi sa Pilipinas, we use Facebook and Twitter a lot. Di naman tayo mag-Google+. Also Instagram. But yun, Facebook and Twitter muna tayo since that's what we use mostly. What, where, when, who. Kasi pag nilagay nyo lang na parang help, tapos nawalan na kayo ng signal, hindi namin kayo mahanap unless you turn on your location sa Twitter. Kasi may location yan. Alam ko, Filipinos online are very concerned about their privacy. But during disasters, it's a best practice na you turn on your GPS location. Para kunwari, nilagay nyo lang help. Tapos, at least, malalaman namin saan kayo pwede hanapin. And what do we do with reports like this? Sa Project Agos, putol yung presentation ko, but this is a screenshot of the Project Agos. Ito yung itsura niya kahapon nung bagyong Mario, dumating si kaya siya nasa Manila kasi ang daming flood reports and rescue reports there. So kunwari nag-tweet kayo ng information na we need relief here in this area, pero hindi nyo nasabi kung ano yung area, yung tool namin can automatically pull your tweet in as long as you use our recommended hashtag, and then it will accurately drop a pin kung saan nyo man nilagay yung report nyo. So that's one of the things we can do with your reports. Next one is, did you know, actually hindi siya masyado acknowledged, but here in the Philippines, we're starting to develop a national workflow in social media. It's really very interesting. Kasi the media organizations back in 2012 realized that we're all reporting the same things during typhoons and disasters. Pero lahat kami, we come up with different hashtags and tell people na, ito yung i-follow nyo, ito yung sundan nyo, ito yung follow nyo. And we realized na parang, teka, during disasters, we have to work together and unite and just create one hashtag so that we tell people to just check this one hashtag that we use. So did you know na meron na tayong formula for that? National, na pinag-agreean na namin to, media organizations, and then we reached out to the Presidential Communications Office. It's hashtag Pag-asa, the local name that Pag-asa provides, and then plus PH. So kunwari, nung Yolanda, di ba ang international name niya is Haiyan? So we used hashtag Yolanda PH. Kahapon, si Mario, ano yung international niya? Fong Wong. Yun natin yung international name niya. We used hashtag MarioPH. So also for our foreign friends, since we're being live streamed, if you want to monitor what is happening here in the Philippines, I suggest you look for the local name of the storm and then check the hashtag, the local name, and PH. So you guys, just go, kung naghahanap kayo ng information, just go to Twitter or Facebook, type that hashtag, and all information should be there from the media organizations, from the government, from other entities, NGOs. Okay, and we also implement more other hashtags aside from that. Ito yung ginamit kahapon. And then we also use FloodPH for reports on heavy flooding, RescuePH for reports on rescue needs, ReliefPH, hashtag walang pasok, favorite ng mga estudyante, announcement on class suspensions. Talagang pag yan may class announcements, talagang bilis-bilis ng Twitter feed. Tapos road alert pag dun sa mga motorista na concerned kung teka saan ba traffic, saan ba hindi tuwing may bagyo, yan yung minomonitor nila o yan din yung tinitweet nila. Then Move PH pag naghahanap kami ng volunteers. No power reports on power outage, no water reports on water shortage, Tsunami PH reports on tsunami incidents, and Storm Surge PH for storm surge. Ito syempre, bago lang yung storm surge na yan. And Tracing PH. Tracing PH was one of the wideliest used hashtags nung Yolanda. Kasi this was what we used, this was what netizens used to look for, to report missing persons. So, what we do, pag may mga nakuha kaming online volunteers, we monitor that hashtag Tracing PH, and then yung online volunteers would input that on Google Person Finder. So, lahat ng mga first rescue, yung mga responders, yun lang yung titingnan nila. Para madali lang nilang mahanap yung listahan ng lahat ng reports na hinahanap ko po si ganito, hinahanap ko po si ganyan. Isang listahan lang. Diba it's amazing? We actually have a workflow na kailangan pa natin improve on, pero may existing. And then, Relief PH. Kapag may mga reports on, especially after a disaster or a storm, biglang magtitweet na yung mga tao, ang bilis nila pagtayo ng mga relief centers, kahit yung mga nasa garage lang nila, nilalagay na lang nila na hashtag Relief PH, I'm looking for volunteers to help me pack these relief goods, or yung mga iba na parang, in this relief center, we need water, food, tinitweet lang nila na ganun. And then, what we do is, we come up with a story. Tingnan nyo, 36,000 shares. Ganyan ka-interesado ang mga tao para tumulong no ano. Kasi sobrang habang listahan yan ng lahat ng relief centers na twinit ng mga tao during after Haiyan. So, continuously ina-update yan. Refresh lang ng refresh. Kung gusto mong tumulong dito sa Pilipinas, or kung gusto mong tumulong worldwide, meron ding listahan. Kunwari, overseas ka, tapos meron din mga relief centers na nasa isang listahan lang din. Now, social media, because of this, is a proven na siya na makakatulong siya during disasters. It is the new go-to for calls for help. Like, nung Haiyan din, immediately after lumabas yung reports, loved ones from abroad and everywhere else in the world started tweeting and reaching out to the government and to the media and to NGOs for media coverage, for ano pa ba hinahanap nila? Yung mga reports na parang kailangan ng rescue dito, relief dito. So, they turn to Twitter. Kasi that is the new technology right now. Hindi naman texting na. Ito yung pinakamadali to reach out to the media and to the government and to other brands through Twitter. Next one is it helps reconnect families. Did you know that the first message that went directly from a survivor to a friend or to a relative is through Facebook? It's through Facebook. Kasi DSWD, nagtayo sila agad ng social media station a day after Yolanda. Samantalang yung telco providers natin na Globe and Smart said that they needed 2 to 3 days para ma-restore man lang yung ibang telco lines. Pero satellite lang yung kailangan, and then nag-set up sila ng social media station, sobrang daming laptop that people can log on to Facebook and then reach out to their friends. And then, importante kasi na announcement yung buhay pa ako, ganyan-ganyan. Yun yung mga unang gustong ilabas nung time na nalaman namin nung time na after Yolanda. Okay. And then it's faster than traditional media. Wala nang angal dyan. Kasi yung source mismo, nakakapag-publish siya ng information. Hindi niya na kailangan dalhin pa sa media. And then it's also used to look for volunteers. Volunteers who go to relief centers themselves or sit in front of their computer and help map information. So all this crowdsourced information are pulled into a big data, and then we can use that information to, para sa government, sa mga rescue, sa mga responders, para it makes sense right away. Kasi all of these reports, pag pinagsama-sama yan, may ano yan may overview, God's eye view, kung ano yung general na sentiment or nangyayari. So I love it when social networking starts to become social collaboration during disasters. And the natural environment for social collaboration nowadays is the internet, where people, work together, share information towards a common goal. And it's also used by authorities, the government, other entities, the media, to listen and respond to the public. Ano na siya, hindi ka lang nakikinig ng balita, hindi mo lang naririnig, hindi mo lang napapanood. Ngayon, pwede ka nang, teka, wala namang coverage sa ganitong area, tulungan nyo kami. Kailangan ng, and then, share verified, bibilisan ko na, share verified useful information. Follow official government and news organizations account. Pumili kayo, yung tingin nyo accurate, credible, tapos sundan nyo yan, mag-prepare kayo ng list. And then share information how to avoid further risk or harm, and then avoid disseminating, of course, false information or late news. Kasi maraming kumakalat, you have to be sensitive. Kunwari, may baha, tapos gusto niya kasi mag-viral, nag-post siya na nag-viral niya na photo nung last baha din. E di maraming nalilito. So don't do that. And then, these are simple information. You can just share, retweet, or download and post again. Huwag kayong mahiya. Kasi, what happens pag disasters is, it's a crisis, it's not a contest. So, kunwari, ikaw nakaisip mag-share ng information na to, tapos may nag-copy-paste ng information mo, huwag ka na magalit. Kasi more people will get that information as long as it's spreading. Yan, automatic suspension guidelines, how to conduct a relief operation. And the next favorite part is when people share because they care. Simple things like that, na nakakatulong magpa-motivate or magpa-inspire. Yan. When we posted that on Facebook, it got a lot of shares. The Filipino spirit is unshakable. The Filipino spirit is stronger than any typhoon. And these are important because i-share. Kasi you have to keep on talking about it. Simple images like that inspire. Diba? Shareable siya, and then it keeps people talking about the disaster and what they can do. Ito, nag-viral talaga to nung habagat. The Filipino, tapos ang daming graphics artist ang gumawa ng kanilang version. Tapos kung saan-saan siya nakakalat. And it's a small thing, pero talagang tagos sa puso. Yes! Talagang tutulong ako. So this is how, feeling ko, isa sa mga reasons kung bakit nakakatulong, kung bakit tayo nagiging resilient. Kasi we get strength from each other. And we try to find yung kahit anong problema, tawa pa rin. Ito, nag-evacuate na sila, balibaliktad na yung payong, smile pa rin. Ito, after sa Cebu, nakadamit pang babae pero papogi pa rin. So, we share the joy, yung mga ganyan, konting memes na ganyan. Filipino netizens, siguraduhin mo, kapag may mga problema, ilang days after or a day after, talagang magka-come up sila ng mga memes or yung mga inspirational quotes earlier. Like, eto, binabaha na pero water rafting daw. It's more fun in the Philippines. Siesta, kahit binabaha ka na, matutulog pa rin ako pag pagod ako. Yung nagsiselfie, tapos takot sa boss, kaya, boss, ito po ako, inuulan kasi. Walang excuse letter pero okay na po to. Proof na may baha po kasi. Tapos ito mga ganyan, Venice, nakakainis. Water sports kahit kahoy. Chillin' like a boss. More fun in the Philippines. Diba? So, to wrap up, what I'm trying to say is, in everything you do on social media, I think the big secret is, dapat meron kang, there should be a good spirit behind everything you do. You should know the purpose. You should know why you're doing what you do, even if it's just a tweet or a Facebook post. If it's to inspire, if it's to make people laugh, dapat meron kang purpose. Hindi ka lang nag-share because, gusto ko lang mag-share, gusto ko mag-viral. And when you do this, you create tiny ripples of change. And eventually, hopefully, you move the Philippines forward and the world. So thank you. That's my presentation. Facebook. Follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram. Ito, malapit na kumain. Isa na lang na announcement. We've been talking to my team, the social media team, the Rappler social media team, has been talking with our online followers for 4 days straight because of 2030 Now. Kasi yung 2030 Now has been happening around the world. May Tunisia, may New York, and we're all using the same hashtag. Tapos, for those who have been live tweeting since day one, whatever they hear, malalaman nyo na no matter kahit konti lang yung followers nyo, mahanap kayo talaga ng online community ng social good. So, now that after everything you've heard for 4 days, I hope, kung nanonood kayo ng live stream din namin nung first 2 days sa Manila and yung kahapon kung naka-attend kayo, I hope that by now, you're empowered, you're inspired to now choose the world you want. So, our intelligence team at Rappler, to make sure to try to convert that conversation into a more, a community talaga na later on we can work together and tap to move the Philippines forward. We'll be asking you to now take a pledge of choosing the world you want. So I want everyone na may naka-internet or nagtitweet to prepare a tweet with the hashtag #TheWorldIWant. Hashtag #TheWorldIWant, and tell us, what kind of world do you want? Or are you ready to move and go and create that world you want? So it could be as specific as, I want a world with world peace. I want a world without corruption. Or as specific as, I want a world with better recipes for chicken. So share that, and when I say go, sabay-sabay tayo mag-tweet. When I say use the hashtag #TheWorldIWant, tweet that, and makikita nyo dito live kung gumagana yung internet, sana gumagana yung internet, na lalabas yung mga tweets nyo. And by the end of the program, maybe we can update you how many have taken their social media pledge to choose the world they want. Again, it's hashtag #TheWorldIWant. Okay, giving you 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ay, nauna na si Rappler, guys. Okay, now, go! Tweet! Wow, bilis. Yan. So, these are the people who are taking their pledge. The world I want is living with peace and harmony. A wonderful world of wonderful things. I want the world to be more caring. Let's show the world what kind of world we want. Okay, and keep on tweeting and we'll update you kung gano'n na karami to by the end of the program, hopefully if we have time. Thank you so much. That is all. I hope na magamit yung information na shinare ko. Those are practical tips. Thank you. Ay, kakain na yata. Announcement.